Hello, good evening. I am testing out this StreamYard software and I thought it would just excuse me, I thought it would just be easier to come on here live and respond to these comments I'm receiving regarding my Kevin Samuels video titled Mr. High Value Man Kevin Samuels is taking over the manosphere with his abusive rhetoric. So I've been receiving a lot of feedback, mainly negative, mainly from men regarding what I've said about him. And I said what I said. Kevin Samuels, he is abusive. He using his platform to degrade our black women. Um, and I'm going to post a video. I'll say I try to get it up by Monday, just kind of showing an example of how he abuses our women with his toxic rhetoric. He's just very negative, very, very negative. So um, I'm going to start just going through some of these comments and responding. Of course, I'm looking on my phone. So shout out again to Black Male Advice TV for using his platform to expose the fraud, Kevin Samuels. Shouts out to you, brother. Let's see. So we have here by, I cannot pronounce this, Nize Ibekwe Uche, just calling Ringo a simp. So that's dumb. Okay. Carl Jones, you're nothing. He says you are nothing more than a hater. Kevin is telling females the unadulterated truth. That's something you simp ass YouTubers never do. Kevin's false reality is not the truth. All this danger zone, high value male, all this stuff he pulled out of his ass does not make it factual at all. That's high value according to Kevin Samuels. Let's see what else. Who else do we have here? Okay, and I hope you all having a good evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you are. Let's see. So Mr. Matthew Farmer says, you call Kevin Samuels abusive because of how he addresses some women on his show, but I wonder if you feel that same way towards the men he calls out too. There's an entire episode of him calling men out, fat, broke, etc. Some of the men didn't like it, but the majority of them saw it as a truth wake-up call. He's speaking uncomfortable truths, which is always hard to receive, but necessary for growth. Well, I would say there's a way to speak to people. You know, he is very abusive. I don't watch his content that often because he's so toxic, but I've caught enough of it to know that he's toxic. And I've been listening to it as of late, and he's still toxic. So what are you saying, Matthew? Country calls me a dumbass. I learned from your mama. Let's see. Ebony K. He is not a dating coach. He is a image and sister. He's an image consultant in the voice of Kevin Samuels. Are you married? Are you married, Ebony K? What does that have to do with him being abusive and a scammer and a fraud? What does that have to do? My marital status. You sound, she's a pick me. Let's see. Myron Taylor says he's trying to help our black women get married and not just be girlfriends. You're saying things he never said. They are just dealing with him because he's real. Another black woman just wanted to down a brother for nothing. You're not even married and in the danger zone, most likely. He's telling facts. Shake my head. Okay, what does my marital status have to do with him being a horrible, evil, vile, disgusting fraud? That has nothing to do with anything. Okay, so I addressed him directly, but he claims that he's a black man, 42 years old, married to a black woman with 3 kids. Okay, Mr. Myron, so if you are married, sir, why do you even care? Why are you even in this conversation? He's basically saying, Myron is saying, that Kevin is saying, don't waste your youth just having sex with anyone. If you want our black community to get better, you should be saying the same thing as him. You tell me that being overweight and disagreeable with men increases or decreases your options as a black woman. He said that's why lots of black women fall for the ain't shit man, because he has no problem lying to them to get sex or money from you. But then the men who stand on his principles and get it to you honestly, most women don't want to take the truth, which they already know the truth, that people want to lie to them and say it can be, oh my God, okay, that's painful to read. Whatever, Myron. Bye. Let's see. Now, Roy Thousand says he's asking me, what advice do you have for women who want to be married to a high value man, especially to the women who have nothing to offer but average to below average looks, other men's children, masculinity, and debt? You see, these are Kevin Samuel supporters. What a high value man. Men are, we as human beings are more than how much money we make. These men think because if they make a certain amount of money, that makes them a good man. No, it doesn't work that way. What happened to having character, integrity, being honest, so many other characteristics? So, and then he says women who have nothing to offer but average to below average look. So this man is clearly very, he's all about the visuals. He's all about how someone looks. He doesn't care about a woman's personality, her spirit, how she will raise her children. He's an idiot. So whatever. Someone asked, how is this abusive? I've described how this is abusive. Were you telling women that they are fat, hit the wall? He told one girl that she is basically something along the lines of a female loser. And I'm going to explore that video coming soon. And Aaron says, dude looks like he's looking for a high value man. I agree. Kevin Samuels is not a heterosexual man. Big up to Mad Scientist Jay. He says Kevin Samuels is a fraud, plain and simple. I totally agree. He's definitely a fraud. He's copied Alan Roger Curry. Shouts out to ARC. He's copied him. He copied so many men in the black manosphere. He needs to stick to being a perfume expert with dainty ass. Goldie, I think I blocked Goldie because he was doing the most. Okay. His sister said that Kevin is trolling. His statistics are incorrect. I totally agree. Someone tells me if it don't apply, let it fly. And he also demands that I show my face. I said I'm not showing my face. So he comes back and says he's showing his face. Now, what do you look like? I'll show my face if I want to. I don't have anything to hide, but I don't see how does me showing my face or not showing my face have anything to do with Kevin Samuels being a fraud, verbally abusive, abusing black women, making black women cry on his live streams, telling men, you dumb men, thinking, most of you barely, I'm not going to say that. Be nice, Mary, be nice. A lot of you don't have it like that. A lot of black people, especially in America, ADOS people are not making bank like that. Not all of us, but too many. So come on now, come on. And Mr. Rodney Jackson, shouts out to you, Rodney. He says, I think Kevin has so many followers because his male followers enjoy him bashing women, and the women must think they can challenge him. I don't know why they take the abuse, and tired of his high value bullshit. I don't care for AMS either. Yeah, AMS is another joke. Like, dude, goodness. That clown talking about sleazeball gang or something like that. He also stole from Alan Roger Curry. A lot of these dudes stealing from the OG. And one thing I can say about Alan Roger Curry, I've never heard him downgrade, bash women. I've never heard him do that at all. Even I know some women may feel a certain way about his mode one approach, but I can honestly say Alan has never behave the way Kevin Samuels alpha male strategies behave. They are deplorable. They are absolutely deplorable. Someone's laughing at his picture. Yeah, that's Kevin Samuels looking like Miss Kevin. Okay, now someone's bringing up Cynthia G, how she talks about black men. This video is not about Cynthia G, Windy City, man. This video is not about Cynthia G. So why are you bringing her up? I don't watch Cynthia G because I feel she is too toxic and bitter, and I don't want to hear that shit all the time. Beta male, all that. No, no, thank you. White supremacy, beta male coons. No, thank you. I wonder, did she really have that baby by, oh boy, but that's another story. Tyrone says, I agree with Kevin. You have to cam up to be taken seriously. Well, Tyrone, I'm not camming up today. So y'all watch Jessica X. Y'all watch her and she's not cammed up. So, don't tell me to cam up. And someone, OMP, shouts out to you. They're saying we're kind of on the same page, thinking that Kevin paid to promote himself on World Star Media Takeout. Definitely. No one cares like that. Donna McIntosh says Kevin and Danica are on two sides of the same coin. I do agree. Danica is pandering to men. She's getting her coins. But never mind. Someone asked me, who am I and why should my opinion on anything matter? Well, the same reason why you think Kevin Samuels' opinion matter. I matter because the Most High says that I matter. So get the fuck off this channel if you don't like what I have to say. Plain and simple. The title clearly says what I'm talking about, yet you clicked here. Why are you here, dumbass? The fuck? Senna777 says Kevin's followers are sheep. They believe anything he says. I agree. No high value man begs for donations. And Kevin has a missing side tooth. He's so high value. He clearly doesn't go to the dentist or believe in restoration work on his teeth. Someone says, you don't like the truth, show your face. They want me to show my face. What does that have to do with Kevin Samuels being a fraud, a liar, verbally abusive, just being trash? I mean, he's trash. Look how he used that silly lady, Six the Goddess. Look how he played her. He's trash. Excuse me. Oh boy. Marcus McBride tells me I'm a hater. 6 minutes and 24 seconds of hating. Okay, whatever, dude. So I just kind of want to go through some of these comments. I'm just reviewing to see if there's anything. And if you have any questions for me, if you're watching, post them in the chat. I can address them. But I'm just looking through the comments to see if there's anything I need to address. And Adil, I think that's her name. She makes a good comment. She mentions that, oh, hi, Elise, the snake charmer. Hi, thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I love 227. So she makes a good point about Kevin Samuels, that what makes a man a high value man is his character. And that's so true. It just seems like the black manosphere, character doesn't matter when we talk about relationships. It's all about how much money someone has, how someone looks. And this is so silly to me. And since you're just joining, what I'm doing right now, I'm just going through some comments I received on my Kevin Samuels video, and just kind of responding to them. Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. So since you're here, what do you think about Kevin Samuels? How do you feel about his content? Do you find him to be negative? Do you agree with what he says? So, okay, so you say you feel the same way. Yeah, definitely. Character integrity, man, that's so important. So it's so interesting to me that that's not something that's really talked about on here. Yeah, definitely. He is smoke and mirrors. He's just very vain. He's very conceited male. I question his sexuality, and I just really don't like how he talks to our women. It really makes me angry. So I had to stop watching. I'll watch a little just to kind of get some, get something to talk about, but he is something else. He's evil. Kevin Samuels pure evil, and he's lying to men, and it's so sad. But yeah, I did receive a lot of negative comments, a lot of thumbs down. It's okay because I said what I said. Yeah. I think when I first watched him, I want to say it was late last year, and he would turn me off then. I would have to click off, but his content seemed geared more toward like the cologne, more toward fashion, that type of thing. Not so much as, this so-called dating expert that he think he is. And he has the two failed marriages. I know none of us are perfect, but he can't even he can't even maintain the marriage. But he's going to tell us what we should do. And I'm a woman over 35. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm a beautiful woman. I maintain myself. But it's just sad he's telling these women they've hit the wall. And a lot of these women, they're already emotionally in a bad place. And to have a man, you going on Skyping him or Zoom, and he looks at you, tell you, oh, you kind of cute, oh, you too fat. He's really ruining their self-esteem, especially a lot of these women. A lot of times you be in failed relationships, it can hurt so bad, really hurt you and really affect you and so deeply. And to have this man sitting up here acting like he's helping us, but he's not helping us, he's hurting us. And I really don't know many men. I could count on one hand the black men I know personally that make, what's the number he calling out, over 250 a year. I don't know a lot of men that make that much money. I mean, not saying all the men I know are doing bad, but they're not making what he's saying. And I don't think he is either. I'm from Atlanta. It is a cost of living is reasonable in Georgia. So it's like they try to make us feel ashamed that we're over 30 if we're not married, as if we have no worth or value because we're not married. So these men, I'm like, but y'all not married either. Y'all not married either, so I don't understand, you know? And yeah, he's just, I think he's gay. I really believe Kevin Samuels is gay. He is so evil and rude. So, like you said, he changed his focus from his fashion and fragrance and frames content. Yeah. I'm surprised that he's getting the numbers that he's getting. Our people, it's just like people love toxicity here. Positive content doesn't seem to garner many views. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, because I know I can't remember how I came upon him, but maybe he was in my recommendations and he disgusted me. So, I mean, I get when he was talking about the fitness because I like cycling. I know he said he likes cycling. I enjoy that as well. But he's just very, it's like he's intentionally mean spirited. He intentionally tries to hurt these women's feelings. The one, I can't forget, a woman called in and she was really obese. I'm like, he just kept going on and on about it. This woman knows, we all know when we're overweight. That's not helping. Yeah, he really does. He really does. To be a man his age. And I mentioned how he has, I don't know if you have you peeped that missing tooth that he has while he's trying to talk about people. He really does. Yeah, he's gonna fit right in Atlanta for sure. Yeah, he he is disgusting. So I just, oh man, I cannot stand him. I really can't. So I can't wait to see him get the karma that's coming to him because he's so negative. And I don't know if you're familiar with the YouTuber Sub Zero. I can't remember all the numbers in his channel, but he talks about IT, like but Kevin, I think Kevin scammed him with an image consultation. I couldn't find the video, but I remember seeing that video last year Sub Zero made, how Kevin scammed him. And I don't know if he took it down. I can't find the title, but he was just talking about his experience with Kevin, how unprofessional he was, and he would just kind of take him through the ringer. So yeah, I mean that fanny pack that he wears on his shoulder, like who does that? Okay, okay. Yeah, I don't know if Sub Zero is willing to kind of rehash that, but I'm curious to hear that what happened exactly. But I know it was something dealing with an image consultation, and I really do like Sub Zero. Oh, hi Ringo. Hey. Yeah. One thing I think about Kevin Samuels as well, I feel like sometimes as women, and maybe that's just the way God designed us, we're always looking for a man's approval, so to speak. And because he's literally saying similar things to, like, if you're familiar with Shira 7, he literally took Shira 7's content. He's saying the same thing. I don't think she's as harsh as him, though. She has said some things I don't like she was talk about natural hair in a negative light. But I just think women like to have male approval, and that's why he's getting the numbers. Cause I don't understand why women call his show like if you know he's gonna just drag you. So he's very rude, and that's one thing that really bothers me because he's really hurting people's self-esteem that's probably already low. He's lying to these men, and I just feel, and I know what you Ringo, you talk a lot about marriage and family, but a lot of these black so-called dating experts, they never talk about marriage. It seems like all they talk about is how to get a woman in bed, how to get to the bedroom. That's all the black manosphere seems to be concerned with. Yeah, I remember when Shira had less than 50,000 subs as well. Wow. Oh, wow. I didn't know he scammed someone else in addition to Sub Zero. Wow. He's so disgusting. And even he played that Six the Goddess lady. I mean, I don't really agree with her going out with him that in the nighttime, Saturday. That's normally date night for people. So I don't know her. I'm sure her husband was not pleased with her. But he used her, and then what did he say? Receipts or something. Wow. What does the MIT stand for again with Kevin? Yeah, they really do just want to pump and dump. That's all they talk about. Like, I guess we could call out names C Boogie. His advice just seemed to be how to get a woman in the bedroom. Um, we call it Dom Game Division. A men in training. Okay. Yeah, Kevin Samuels. He's but I don't know if you checked out Six the Goddess content, but she's very condescending as well. She talks about femininity, but to me she sounds so aggressive. She's very aggressive, but telling us how to be feminine. And on her Instagram, she's bending over, showing her behind. Like, what wife acts like that? So these people are crazy. These people are crazy. Yeah, they talk about is sex. I'm like, okay, how can we get to marriage and maintain it? Yeah, Ringo does give solid advice. And that's rare on the Black Manosphere. I would say Ringo, Lennon Honors. I guess in a way, I don't know if you guys familiar with Lennon Honor, but some of his content is good too about Black family and maintaining, marriage. Okay, so she contacted you. Okay. Yeah, Kevin. Wow. Yeah, that was a bad look for her. That was a bad look for her. Yeah, I like Ringo. I've been watching his channel. I don't know if it got deleted, but I know for a while because I was still back home in Georgia. Some things I'll just watch and I'll comment because it does seem like a very masculine space, like women just listen, be quiet type of thing. Well, wow. Mm. Oh yeah, I found a channel. I think his name Grandmaster Troll. I just recently came across that channel. So hopefully maybe he would dox a Kevin Samuels. That would be great. Yeah, yeah, but Kevin, he to me comes off very demonic. He's very demonic, very toxic, and it's sad that toxic YouTubers get all the views, like Tommy Sotomayor. He gets so many views off spewing toxicity. Oh, so okay, you're saying she said Kevin used her. Okay. Wow. I could see that because to me he seems like a homosexual male. He doesn't seem straight because he's just too like those fanny packs on his shoulder. Men don't dress like that. Most men don't dress like that. Even if they quote, well, I feel like you define your own value. With his high value definition is ridiculous. Wow. Yeah, and even with Shira 7, some of her content I think is can be dangerous because I don't care what anyone say. You talk about coming for folks' money, just using somebody for their money. There are women that have lost their life over that. It's not that deep. But I can see she gets her own money, but some of her stuff I can't rock with. Right. Yep. Yeah. 6, that's a bad look for her. To me, it looks like she would leave her husband for whatever quote unquote high value male because how do you how did she tell her husband, okay, I'm going out? You saw the dress she had on. I don't believe for 1 minute she told her husband, I'm going out with Kevin. We're going out to dinner on a Saturday night in Buckhead. Like, yeah, right, lady. Yeah, so it's interesting to see what gets the attention here on YouTube. And I've been on YouTube for a while as far as watching content, but I figured I'd come and speak my piece because Kevin just hit to me. He's out of line. He's out of line. Yeah, he's very materialistic. He is. He's all about his outer appearance. And I noticed that's very popular in Georgia, like Metro Atlanta. A lot of people are very vain, materialistic. Not so much the people that are from there, but the people that like transients to the area. A lot of them just scammers, frauds. It's so sad. So, what do you all think is the worst thing Kevin is doing? Like, what do you think is most toxic about him? Yeah, that's true. That's true. He is all about his outer appearance. I know he stole like he's biting off all these content creators off YouTube like ARC. He's biting off a lot of people. He's not even original. Oh, that's like alpha male strategies. That's another just sleazy guy. He hurt so many women in New York. They made a blog about him. I don't know if you all seen the blog post about him. Yep, definitely. He makes women feel bad about that, like they're not worthy. Yeah. That's what blows my mind that they go to his platform to be degraded, to be put down. It's like they're like, oh, Kevin, pick me, tell me I can have a high value meal. And when you don't feel good about yourself, you operate like you don't feel good about yourself. You operate and find yourself in bad situations. Yeah, Alpha Male Strategies, there's a blog. Um, I think he meets a lot of women on like the dating apps. Apparently, he was just, trying to get them in bed because his real name is Feliciano Collins, something like that. So if you Google that, you'll see it. That was funny to read. And to me, Alpha Male Strategies, he's operating out of a place of hurt, bitterness, because he talks about how women have treated him in the past. I know we all have been through pain, but it's just sad. It's really sad. So Ringo says there's only 1% of black men who make 120,000 a year and they're not trying to marry anyone. So how are all these women believing they're going to get one of these guys? That's so true. That's so true. You're right. You're right. That's why I was like, where's he's getting these income statistics from? Because he's making them up. Black people really have to build together to build wealth. And it just seems like even on both sides, we're very selfish. I guess they're gonna just share a man. Yeah. Cause I don't know what year, but I Googled the average salary in the US. It was under $60,000. Hey, stupidity, what's up? So we're just chatting about Kevin Samuels. I bet he did build a singles ministry. Man, wow. The church is I remember just being in church. I'm so glad I got delivered from that mess. So much foolery goes on in church. And most of those men, the church is not a place to find a man, that's for sure. Oh, you mean what did Kevin Samuels do? Just discussing how he he pretty much just beats women down, hurts their self-esteem. He's very toxic. He's very rude to the women that call in his show, telling them that like they hit the wall, they're in the danger zone. Like women like me over 35, what would he say about us? We in the danger zone. Maybe we just out of it. I don't know. Yeah, a lot of the men in, I mean, honestly, a lot of men in the Christian church are not heterosexual men. He sure is. He sure is. He claims he's dating several young women. Like, first of all, why would a man in his 50, I think he's 50, want to date young women? I could hear Sansa Ray now calling Kevin. Kevin would drag Sansa Ray. And then she would just make a video about him every day. That would be so funny. Yeah. Oh, he's 51. Christian men are very effeminate men. They're not masculine. And they clearly don't read the Bible, but that's another topic. He's 51. Yeah, I can't wait till Sansa Ray comes back to YouTube. Are y'all familiar with Sansa Ray Smith? he said, get it right. He's not 55. He's pathetic. We know Kevin sent those stories to Media Takeout and World Star. Yeah, Christian men are just so, that's such a turn off. Don't bring me no Christian man. I need a man to know the truth. Christian men, yeah, they're the worst. Hold on. So Ringo saying Kevin is not dating no woman. The man is not masculine. Women are attracted to masculine men. I posted a video where Kevin said he paid for escorts. Oh my goodness. Well, listen, he's gonna have a field day in Atlanta. I can assure you all that. I'm telling you. You could see, like, if you're familiar with Walter Hampton, he's a YouTuber, gay guy. I saw him in the gym one day. He's all tall and swole. He got to be like at least 6 foot tall, all swole up, not checking for no woman. That's the men. Those men in Atlanta be so handsome. They not checking for women. Oh, Sansa Ray. Yeah, that's Sansa Ray. I I kind of feel bad for laughing, but I just feel like she's mentally unwell. I hope she's gotten help. I hope she's gotten help. Who, Kevin ran an escort agency? Wow. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm in the DC area now, so I haven't really interacted much outside of work. But to me, DC and Atlanta seem very different. Are you in DC, Elise? Yeah, Walter. He is. Okay, there's a video called Elise says you have to watch the video. Kevin Samuels mockumentary. I'll check that out. Yeah, Walter is too much a queen for me. His eyes all bugged out. Y'all notice that about gay men? Their eyes always real big and popped out. So I feel like since Kevin likes to drag black women, I want to drag him. I feel like I want to drag him since he's want to drag us. Match his energy. And how Kevin sits up there drinking those Red Bulls with the straw. Okay, so you're in Cali. Oh, okay. I would love to live in California. It's so beautiful. In New Orleans is beautiful too. It just seems like such a magical city. I'm trying to get acclimated to DC. I don't think I really like it so far. Okay, so Ringo says, I post a video on my Patreon of Kevin teaching that high value men don't mind if another man is smashing their wife on the low. What? So these high value men don't like. That's crazy. Oh my. So he's into, what's that called? Swinging? So to me, it seems like Kevin would marry just for appearances, because we know he's not really heterosexual. So just for appearances. He's like that. What's that? It's some elected official in Florida. I can't think of his name, the black guy. Did you all see the story where he was found, like, I guess hungover in a hotel room with white men? Like he had a meth overdose or something like that? Yeah, Kevin, he must be going through a midlife crisis or something, because and then it was another video he posted a few months back. He was with a sister. I think either he or she had on a pink like fur coat or something. Okay, hold on, let's see. Kevin Samuels, is he? Yep, it's all for appearances. That's the only reason he'll have a woman, just for appearances. Yeah, yeah, big ups to you, Ringo, because you are speaking the truth, you know? It's no one's lying. We're not lying on him. What he's doing is not cool. It's a way, even if you, okay, let's say he truly believes in high value. If you really want to help somebody, you don't do it in that way. You're not helping people in that way. Yeah, he isn't genuine. I just noticed he'll fit right in Atlanta, because that's one thing. It makes me so sad about that city. It just seems like it's being overrun by frauds. So many people there just trying to come up, a movie promoter, a club promoter. So many frauds down there. And I don't even understand the end game with, and I want to dig deeper into that with the Black manosphere and these so-called dating experts. They have no end game. So what? Okay, so now you know how to talk to a woman or whatever. So how are you going to maintain this? Are you just doing this just to get sex? Because it seems like these it's all about sex. And I do want to make a video about a call I was listening to. Kevin Habs, a young woman, like 24. I think she recently finished college and she's still living at home with her parents. He was just going in on her, saying that she was a loser. I mean, he just dragged that girl. And I believe there's a scripture that says basically a woman goes from her father's house to her husband's house. So I don't see what's wrong with her living with her dad, but he was just dragging her for living at home. Yep, that's true. That's right, Ringo. The men are silent because they clout chasing and defending Kevin so he could help them build their channels. Yep, absolutely. Elise says, right, they're supposed to find them. Yeah, I don't understand. I just don't get it. These men are bigger cheerleaders. They really are. They really are. These men have been dragging me. I mean, they've really been dragging me for mentioning Kevin. Uh, I was kind of surprised at the reaction, honestly. I didn't think it would be that toxic. Right, Ringo. There's nothing wrong with her living with her father. And she's just 24. And let's be honest, in the days we're living in, if you can stack your paper and stay home, I wish I could have done that. What father doesn't want to support his daughter? I'm going to play that. I'm going to create a video. I'm going to try to get it up by Monday of just showing, because a lot of the comments people were asking me, well, how is he toxic? How is he negative? You're making stuff up. Right. And she was not married. And basically Kevin was like, he told her she's kind of cute, so basically he's saying she's not attractive, because cute is not, you don't talk to a grown woman like that. Cute, that's for babies. Oh, that's awesome, Elise. That's a blessing when you can, your family let you stay home and to, stack your paper. And that's another thing too. It just seemed like black people, too many, you just kick the kids out at 18. Like, come on now. There's plenty of millennials that are living at home with their parents. All these people unemployed, no more stimulus check. They're not giving out any more stimulus. So, okay. Uh-oh. Got a troll. I saw. Okay. All right. I think I got rid of that person. That's beyond stupid. That wasn't even a good troll. That was corny. Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting, especially a channel like this with, few subscribers. I'll put the link up if you all wanted to maybe chat. But yeah. That was not even a good troll. I don't mind a good trolling. I have some trolling me myself. Yeah, but like I was mentioning, I just find the black mental spirit interesting. All this hit the wall talk, danger zone, um, just so much. I can understand. I can respect that if a man doesn't want to be with a single mother. I can respect that. But just the way they just be going in. Okay, thank you. Thanks, I appreciate that. So yeah, I definitely want to create more content, just doing my part to expose people like Kevin. And I'm going to expose some of these so-called dating coaches too, because I think some of these men are using their platforms to, get at women too. Yeah. Yeah. I've been in space a long time. I had to stop watching a lot of these men because they're so toxic. Like Minister Jab, he's too much for me. He's too much for me. But him and that Sansa Ray stuff was funny. Because I like, dude, why are you stalking? Why are you obsessed with single mom? Just don't date him. It's easy. You don't have to but it's his platform. I just stay away. Tommy, I had to stay away from that because he too toxic, too toxic. And he likes to pick on teen moms now. Um, I think if you just click the link, I can bring you up. I'm not sure. Honestly, this is my first time ever in history using it. Because I just figure I just go live because I want to respond to all these comments I was getting. Have I been on whose show, Joe? All right, Joe Cool. Whose show are you talking about? If you're talking about Kevin, I've watched the show. I've never like tried to call in, no. Okay. Yeah, I'm new to all of this. I'm new to all of this. Kevin's no, not like calling in, asking him for advice. No, I haven't. Why do you ask, Joe? All he's gonna tell me is you over 35. He can't call me fat, but I do have a child, but my child is she's a senior in high school, so I don't know, you know, how that affects me. I don't have a small child. He's just gonna drag me. I wear my own hair, so I don't know. I am darker skinned, so maybe he probably wouldn't be nice to me just based on that. Okay, I think I did subscribe to you, but I'm gonna make sure Elise and turn on the notifications. No, I would never call Kevin's show. I would never, because you're not gonna talk to me like that. I'm not married, if that's what you mean. I'm not married. Why? What does that mean if I'm not married? I notice all these men keep commenting on my channel asking me, am I married? Right, exactly. Wow. You had some people trolling you in real life. Was it from YouTube? Wow. I don't think, well, yeah, that's the thing. These men are always single, Ringo, but they're always asking a woman, is she married? Like, men kind of ask the women for their hand in marriage. So I can't really make a man marry me if he. And I had a quote unquote high value male. I was with a high value male, and he did not want to get married. He had every excuse. So I had to leave him. No, no, I'm just curious. Because a lot of the men are attacking me as if I'm a worthless woman because I'm not married. Yeah, they are. And all this hit the wall talking like, who said a woman can't be beautiful over 30? They act as if once you turn 30, you should just move into a retirement home. Yeah, Kevin has been divorced twice, so how's he an expert? I mean, I'm no expert, but it just seems like with love, you're just making a decision to be with someone and no one's perfect, but just try to work through your issues. It just seems like Black Manosphere think men and women have to be perfect to get a spouse. Oh, wow. Wow. Why did you turn it down if you don't mind me asking? I do desire to be married, but I'm not gonna just marry any old clown, quote unquote high value male that'll tell me how dark I am, how nappy my hair is, or whatever. Oh, okay. Yeah, Joe, the manosphere, it's something. It's interesting, can be. I was laughing at Reg the bad guy. His polls are so funny to me, and he was making videos about high value men. He kind of looked defeated. I don't know if that was the intent, but he was like, "Dang, you got to make over $100,000." It was so funny. Hey, do you all notice how a lot of guys in the manosphere are wearing like collared shirts now? That's so funny. They really take this Kevin. I don't know what kind of spell Kevin got on these people, but it is hilarious. Yeah. At least you were honest with yourself, because I think sometimes too, as women, we want to get married just to check that checkbox off our list, And I don't know if men get it, but as women, we get a lot of pressure to be married. I know every time I talk to my dad, he's like, "You need you a husband. If like you gonna find him for me?" Yeah, it's unrealistic. It's almost like they sabotage themselves, from having love in their lives, because all these criteria they come up with is ridiculous. And no one is perfect, especially Black people. Just think everything our people have been through, especially us African or so-called African Americans. We've been through a lot. We have a lot of trauma we have to unpack. And I have a friend, she's been married for a good while, and she says she's a spiritual woman, and she says that there's some things that just won't be healed until you're married. And I can see that because you think about it, that's such a personal relationship, So for lack of better words. Yeah, that's true, Elise. A lot of them are not spiritual. They just don't get it. They're very unrealistic. That was like my ex. He is very successful. Um, Very successful. He took care of his body, but he just seems like he's looking for perfection, and himself is not perfect because he's close to 50 and still not married. So I just think some of these men, I think, need to go to a therapist to see what it is. What is it that prevent them from taking that next step in life? Right, because none of us are perfect. We all have our stuff. We all probably have some trauma, and it is what it is, but that doesn't mean we can evolve together. It is healing. It's so beautiful. And it's like the manosphere people do not understand that. They don't get it. I agree, Joe. I think we all do need therapy because we've been through so much. ADOS or whatever you call, we've been through so much. And I think some of the stuff is just passed down generationally too. Like, I don't know if I'll say in our DNA, but it runs deep. And in my opinion, I do feel that women are more likely to get healing, to seek therapy. A lot of men tend to hold things inside and don't seek help. And it's okay. I don't know if they don't, I'm not sure why that is. That's probably the only true thing Kevin Samuels says to his audience about therapy. But I feel like he's contributing to it because he's so cruel. He has no compassion, especially with COVID-19. People are really going through. I feel like I try to always be positive, but I know everyone doesn't have my mindset. And a lot of people are struggling right now. And so for him to just be beating up on people like that, and I mean, not even just monetarily, but emotionally, I feel like right now we should have more compassion for each other. Yeah. That's sad, Joe. I think that's sad. Because we're all human at the end of the day. Absolutely, Elise. He's very narcissistic. How he sits up there, it's like he thinks he's God looking down, looking down on people. And he's rude. He cuts people off. I know some people say, like, I can't watch his whole live stream. Like I said, his content is too negative to me, and I don't want to hear a lot of that. But some people say that he treat certain races of women better. Have you all noticed that? Or if they're look a certain way, he treats them, he's nicer to them basically. Exactly. Yep. Yep. And I mean, Kevin he's getting so many donations. It's amazing to see. It's like, wow. Wowzers. And I'm not hating on the donations, but it's just crazy that they're donating to something like that. Just so he can go buy more fanny packs at Lenox Mall. I know he be buying that cologne and taking it right back after he make the video. Yeah, I can't watch too much of him. I try not to consume a lot of negative content. I really try my best not to. And another thing I noticed within this Black YouTube, uh, I don't know if they do that on Kevin's show, but like with Tommy Sotomayor, if you all have ever listened, the women will be like, "Well, I'm not a single mother. And I'm 39. I never had a baby, and I'm 39." It's like it just seems like some women maybe they gravitate to some of these channels because they think they're better than the other women. I just don't like that kind of energy. Well, okay, Ely says even some of the donations are part of the scam. I'm sure some of those subs must be on his payroll. Must be. Okay, Ringo says people pay for the drama. Most of the guys who donate are crazy. What did they get for donating 300? That I know, right? Well, they so high value. I guess they say they they make it $250,000 a year. So it's it's just that's lunch money for them. Oh wow, Elise. I didn't know they'd be plotting like that behind the scenes. I didn't know that. I want the Grandmaster Troll guy. He needed to expose him. I just recently found that channel. He tickles me. His intro where he says, "Welcome bedwetters" or something. It was so funny. How did I discover Kevin? Honestly, I can't really remember. I know it was sometime in 2019. I can tell you some of the content creators I watched in the Black Manosphere for a while, like Solo TV 84, familiar with Ringo, familiar with Sotomayor. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know how he how did I stumble across his channel? I don't even remember. Shira 7. I think after my breakup, I was kind of watching a lot of Shira 7 and Deborah Cooper to kind of just, I guess, help me feel better, give me some form of empowerment. So I can't really, maybe with the algorithm, something I watch, put him in my recommendations because I can't even pinpoint how I found him. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Like I will watch Sansa Ray, Minister Jab. I've watched Angry Man. I stopped watching him long ago. He need help. So many people in Black YouTube. Cause I do like the topic of relationships, but it just seems like on both sides, it's so toxic. Yeah, I like Deb. I feel like she's my auntie in my head. Sometimes I feel like, well, she's like auntie. You know how you listen to her, you take what's good and just spit out the rest. Cause sometimes Deb a little bit much, a little much, but she's funny. Yeah, she is. She's been around for a long time. Did you watch her video, Elise? She was talking about how to love yourself. It's something along the lines. It was so good. Who is that? Oh, you talking about Angry Man? Oh, I I don't watch him anymore. But I ran across that GMT channel and I saw that I guess he doxed him. So I just was tickled by that. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I know she means well and she's so hilarious. I would really love to meet Miss Deborah. If she ever does a meetup, I'm so there. I just love her spirit. I really do. She's the auntie I've always wanted. Yeah, I watch solo TV. I do. I've been watching for a long time. I don't know what I searched, but I know I've been watching YouTube probably since YouTube started. If at least you might be familiar with Atia. You remember when YouTube wasn't monetized? Like, so I've been watching YouTube for a long time. I wish I would have made content back then. Yeah, they have stolen from her. Yeah, I think women, we should support each other. And if we don't vibe with each other, that's fine. But there's a lot of women like to tear each other down. Like those women that call Tommy, well, I'm 40. I've never been pregnant in my life. I'm like, okay. Like, really? Okay. You say that to, like they think they're better than other women. When a lot of these women that have all these children by a lot of men, those women have low self-esteem. Those women are dealing with trauma. They don't, I mean, not saying these men have to be with those women, but there's a reason for that behavior. I've heard of Mr. Research, but I've never seen his content. I'll check him out. I've watched what's that guy that does uh I don't know how he's a dating expert. He's married. What's his name? Williams, Steve the Dean Williams. I've watched him before, but he too, he's only teaching men how to get sex. I don't understand. Who else? Alan Roger Curry. But I know him from way back, from even when he was on Blog Talk Radio. And he would, I imagine his wife has probably had the baby by now. Well, Elise is just saying, Joe, that a lot of these content creators in the manosphere steals Deborah Cooper's content, and they do. They really do, but she drags their ass. Miss Deb, she does not play. I do think Miss Deborah is more practical than some of these women that talk about relationships, because she even talks about you can't just judge a man based on the money, because that doesn't make sense. That's one thing I can't rock with these so-called level up gurus on. Like, I'll get my own bag because I want to like my husband. Steve, yeah, Steve is a clown. I think I discovered him from watching Star, Star Report. Yeah, O'Shea. I've watched him, but something about him I just can't. It just, I'll leave that alone. I'm going to be nice. And to me, Mr. Jap, he's definitely like an incel type of dude. Cause he just seems so like on one. I tried to watch that Bernard Riley. I was bored. I think I took a nap on him. Obsidian, Obsidian needs to be dragged. That guy, I don't know what to say about him. He can't be real with some of the stuff he says. Well, who else do you like to watch, Joe? Because I guess my angle is what gives Kevin Samuels the right to feel like he can determine someone's worth. He is not God. God has determined our worth. A lot of us don't even know our own worth, but he's disgusting. His behavior is disgusting. O'Shea, I've been, well, what's the last thing I watched from O'Shea? I'll check when he's talking about Umar. Yeah, Obsidian, he's such a liar. Did you hear him on that panel with C Boogie? He was just lying. I want to, I probably should do a video on that. He was lying his butt off. But he was saying that he needs a woman that he can, I guess, represent him well. But the first date, they go into like he did, what he was saying made no sense. He called himself the everyday brother. I'm like, I thought Philly was a city of brotherly love. Obsidian is so mean and nasty. I'm familiar with Glendon. Yeah, I'm familiar with him. Uh, does he do content with Erica Williams? I think she has mentioned him before. I would check that channel out, but it's just sad. All these toxic YouTubers get all these views. It kind of makes me think it's Google in cahoots with these people. Because even I was so mad, and I was encouraging a lot of women to flag this video Tommy was doing on this 14-year-old pregnant girl. I mean, they were just obliterating this little girl. I'm like, oh my God, I hope that child doesn't see that. I mean, I don't know why her mom allowed her to put content on YouTube. I'm not sure. I know some parents may not agree with that, but why would a grown man just drag a little girl? Okay, well, this has been fun. I know I've been on here for a while. I'm glad you all popped in. It's definitely fun chatting with you all. Um, like I said, I definitely want to post a video in the next few days, just exposing just an example of how Kevin is so toxic and abusive to his callers, because a lot of men in the comments believe I was making things up. So I'm going to show them. And Kevin even talks about women are not abused like they say they are in that video. So we're going to explore that, so you all can see firsthand that I'm not lying on this man, you know. So I'm going to sign out. I hope you all have a great night. I thank you for joining. Make sure you like, subscribe to the channel, and later.